David, you wrote your paper about organizational culture, and you have a very colorful 3D metaphor that helps explain the more fluid or organic notion, it seems, of organizational culture. So tell us about this metaphor and your expression here and how that relates to what you wrote.
Yes, as you know, nowadays with the development of technology and transportation, and it's helped to narrow the distance between the country to countries, and it's also helped to companies to invest in another countries, and it means that global business environment like an ocean, and in the ocean there's a lot of fish or resources, and lots of companies would like to take that advantage. However, the danger and the disadvantage always includes in the ocean. For example, if you are a small company or small boat, and you cannot go too far to the high wave, and if you're not careful, you will be sink. And that's why the organizer have to create own control, and this organized control is present through its building, is the targets, mission, and values. And in the seas, there's a lot of kind of boat with the different size, and each boat go with the different direction. That's the target companies would like to get. And for example, lots of boats go to the another countries areas, and if they are not careful and they are not to follow the rules and regulation of that country, they will be failed or they will be sink. And that's why the companies should find out about another control and to find a suitable way to adapt. For example, as you can see, the dragon boat. Dragon is the present for the Asian control, and in Asia, the people believe that dragon brings the luck to them. But in the Western control, they think that dragon is evil, and that is the difference between the different control. And to survive in the fierce competition in global business environment, and each country have to find its own way, and to avoid the difficulty or the danger to take advantage, because there are a lot of opportunity to invest in the developing country, and so. And as you know, that's the control is the intangible and it's difficult to measure. But through the staff or slogan of the company or the way of their business, and they can recognize their control. For example, the Russian would like to spend a lot of time to entertain a customer or suppliers before they doing business with them, because they have to find out more information about that's the partner. And that's all about my ideas about organizational culture.
I like the metaphor a lot. It has lots of elements that could be discussed further. I wish we had more time. I wanted to ask about the ship here has cannons.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that is the target of the company that would like to get, and this also the strength of the company to defeat the disadvantage in the bad time.
The cannons, I think, or they destroy, they kill, and so they may be targeted at threats. So you mentioned the dragon boat here.
Yeah.
This is sort of the Western culture. This is the Asian culture. Well, I know many of the Asian, Chinese ships have cannons as well. How would you change the perception of this dragon as a threat, not a threat, but as an opportunity? How would you do that?
can you repeat that question, please?
You rightfully said that the dragging
Yeah.
in the Asian culture is positive.
Yeah.
But the perception of a dragon from the Western culture, like the Gaelic dragons in Scotland, is a threat, a negative. They come out and they go to villages and hurt people. Well, here we have two cultures coming that are starting to come together. Okay,
Yeah.
right? We have waves. What would you do as a manager or as an owner to help change the perception that this dragon that's coming closer and closer and closer and closer is not a threat, but actually probably an opportunity, a good thing, not a negative thing, but probably a good thing. What would you do if you were the captain of this boat? What would you do so the people on this boat don't shoot the cannons,
Yeah.
but the people on this boat welcome the people from this boat? What would you do?
Yes. As you know, in the collective collectivism, the people are willing to satisfy their interest to build a healthy organization. And I think for the first time, the Western countries see the dragon boat, they see the threat. But after the finding out about the Asian country, and I think they understand more about their country, and they will see the dragon is the positive, is the not negative for the Western country.
Okay. In an organization, what you told me is knowledge. Okay. Now, how do you take that knowledge and you make that into action? What are you going to do as a manager? Now, that's a rhetorical question. What I would do, if I were the captain, I would say, all hands on deck. We're going to have a quick training. I'm going to tell you about the dragon culture. I'm going to teach you about the dragon culture. So you have to be proactive. The captain has to be proactive. The business owner has to be proactive. Because otherwise, you're right. The perception could be that it's a threat and you kill it. You don't want to kill your opportunity. You want to cultivate the opportunity. So in the business world, there's a significant role for every leader to engage in education. Training is education. But not only the education to raise the awareness, but what action steps. So the action step the captain would say, don't arm the cannons, get ready to welcome them with gifts, for example, like that. So that's the big question for everybody will be, how do you take your knowledge and you make it, and you transform that into practical steps? You go from theory and research to application. So it's very good. I like the metaphor. And culture is very rich. I wish we had more time to talk. I would ask you about the waves. I would ask you about the numbers. I would ask you about lots of things. Okay. Thank you very much.